also down for me.
Did you guys refresh?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, now it goes. There it goes.
Okay.
All right.
And we're back.
Hey.
Welcome back. Yeah, the kitten was playing with the cord, of course, which, you know, shouldn't have a problem, but apparently my cord is like a water pipe and you can't step on it, otherwise it'll stop stuff. So here we are. Welcome to the trash bar.
You mean a hose?
Do you mean a hose?
What did I say?
You said
Water
water
pipe.
pipe. If you can
Oh.
step on your water pipes and they
It
turn
should
off,
be like
Then your
a water
house
pipe.
doesn't
have
have
a-
pipes, it has hoses.
Yeah. Anyways.
I was so confused.
Oh, it's okay. We'll go, no matter where we go, we'll get there together.
Absolutely. You guys are hanging out with Breer, heading out into the swamp. It is later in the evening. It's not quite dusk. It's just about the golden hour, as it were. And he believes that you guys are going to get back in time to. Yes.
I just want to remind everybody that they have water walk cast on them right now. So you're not getting all swampy.
Yeah. Nobody's getting trench foot here. Don't.
What a horrible phrase.
Do not Google that. We're gonna. You guys start making your way. Is there anything you'd like to do before you get to the spot where he's taking you, leading you into the woods?
no.
I'm just generally keeping an eye out for trouble.
Okay.
Talon is on full guard.
Good.
She does not trust anything about where they are or the human or like person that they're with.
Little man, are you gonna behave? He's looking for more popcorn. There's no more popcorn.
Well, maybe he wouldn't have turned the stream off if you gave him some popcorn.
I did yesterday. That's why it was on the ground. Okay. So you guys are making your way through this swamp. You kind of get towards a more open area. There is obviously the ground is still super marshy. But you can kind of see he puts his paw up, his little gloved hand. And Breer says, "All right. I brought some buckets, and I'm gonna try and wrangle the thing, and I'm gonna have y'all try to just kind of catch what's gonna come out of it. Don't get hit by it, but do try to get some of the gunk. All right, this is not a friendly creature we're about to go see."
Talon will take a bucket.
All right. Is there anything else we should know ahead of time?
Well, a sucker can climb. If he does get you, he will pull you into himself. Do y'all know what a gelatinous cube is? I hear those are pretty common on your plane.
They're pretty much what the name says they are.
Right. So this
Sticky
guy's
cubes that try to eat you.
right. This thing is kind of like that, but kind of not like that. It's more it's less cube shaped, more tentacles of death shaped.
Moxie pulls out her longsword.
Are you going to be okay? Do you need help wrangling it?
Oh, I'll be fine. I've got some protections for these sort of things. I've been living here my whole life.
Okay, well you just say the word if you need us to, pull out our weapons.
All right. He kind of like pulls up his pants a little bit, and starts like puts down the buckets there's just like four or five of them stacked into each other. If y'all do have any magics that'll like ice it or like slow it down, that'd be nice. But I should be fine. You see him kind of like walking out into this clearing, and as he does, the water around seems to sort of coalesce. It's very murky and muddy. And as it forms before him, it's this sort of reddish, colored mud that forms up, and it becomes more see-through, more gelatinous. As this large creature sort of forms, it's I'll describe it as like one big old tentacle with little tentacles coming off of it. There's obviously no eyes or anything like that. It does kind of look like it has, as the goo kind of forms and moves around it, it does sort of looks like it has almost scales to it. But this thing is very large, and as Breer moves up towards it, he kind of just like takes a stance like this and like is getting ready, and you just kind of see him like dive at the thing, and as he does, he grabs it and he starts sort of flailing around with it as this thing is trying to flail him off, and you can see his hands start to like slide inside of the ooze, and he like kind of pulls them up and rearranges them as they continue to kind of move through this creature. Why don't we roll initiative, please?
14.
Okay.
3.
Natural 2021.
16.
Okay.
Character sheet trying to load. D&D to be honest with you, really slow.
Well, you can only do so much on the internet these days.
There we go. 9.
All right. You guys were perfectly spaced there. All right. Oh, caught it and then I dropped it in the trash. Okay. All right. Savvy, you're gonna be going first.
Oh, good. Were we told, like, are we killing this thing? Is this clear to me? I just don't remember from last time.
You were not. He said that you're gonna be gathering
Just
stuff.
gathering.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I don't have it. I mean, I'm afraid if I hurt it, it's just gonna make things worse. Is the thing. Okay, here's what I'll do. Since he's the one doing the gathering, and probably needs to be quick about it, as he sort of charges, Alhaina's just gonna reach out, like, pop him on the back really quick.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna cast Enhance Ability
Okay.
on our raccoon friend and give him Cat's Grace, so he has advantage on dexterity checks and doesn't take damage from falling.
All right. That's awesome.
And maybe
Okay.
that'll help the situation. And then as a bonus action, I'm gonna do one of my wild shapes.
Okay.
If I could find them. And I'll do the chalice. So the spots on Alhaina's back rearrange into the form we haven't seen in a while. The chalice, but it's the one that makes me better at healing. So
Okay.
I'll do that.
Perfect. All right. Tanya, you're up.
I want to use my actions to say, "Hey, Breer, does this thing understand words?"
Well, not that I've noticed.
I want to try anyways and cast command.
Okay.
Just yell it to stop.
Okay. Well, is that a
Or-
save?
Yeah, wisdom 16.
Okay. To stop. Okay.
Or halt, yeah.
Does it have to speak the language?
It has to understand
Okay.
my language.
This is this thing does not understand any languages. So you don't have. If you want to do something
Okay.
else, you can.
No, I don't really have anything else I want to do other than so the suggestion spell doesn't say anything about having to understand my language.
Mm-hmm. Is it
So
a
I'll try that.
charm effect?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can it be charmed?
It cannot be charmed.
Cool. I'm gonna hold my action.
Okay, cool. Until what? Do you want? He did say that this thing sort of sprays. So as you remember, I'm sure from the time that you guys fought the dragon on the ship, probably not standing together is going to be your best option.
Okay, so Moxie is going to grab a bucket and kind of move away and just be ready in case this thing squirts or sprays or whatever.
Okay. I've been trying not to describe it as that, but yes.
I'm sorry.
All right.
Should know your group of players better.
I know, I'm trying to keep it there though. All right, Rachel, you're up.
Talon is going to well, we don't have much. She just attacks things. So instead, she's gonna cast True Strike. You point a finger at a target in range. Your magic grants you a brief insight into the target's defenses. On your next turn, you gain advantage on your first attack roll against the target, provided the spell hasn't ended. So she's just gonna do that so she can learn more about this thing, and then move into position away. Kind of like maybe forming a circle, kind of like with a bucket.
Yeah. I dig it. Yeah, as you look at this thing, it is just like sort of a gelatinous it's a gelatinous ooze sort of like moving around and like trying, like there's no like defined middle as you're kind of watching it, but as you kind of take more time to look at it, you can see that it does kind of all stay at the base and kind of move up and around from there, so you know if you want to attack this thing, that's where you'd be doing it. Okay?
Okay.
All right, so the creature is going to go, and on his turn, he is going to use his slime breath ability. And I'm going to say, those of you who haven't moved from the starting point, please make a dexterity saving throw.
And y'all do get +3 if you're close enough to me.
So that's a 21.
Okay.
That's a 6.
Okay.
I also rolled a 6.
All right. On a failed save, you guys are going to take 22 acid damage as these sort of tendrils come out from the creature, and as these as they hit you, you feel them sort of like stick, like like the sticky hand thing that you get, you stick it to the wall. Yes.
Was that 22 is the full damage, or 22
yes.
is
22 is full.
Are you rounding? I'm resistant to acid damage. That would round to 5 or 6? It would be 5 or 6. You round
it rounds down, but you made the save, right?
Yeah.
You got 22. Yeah. So 1 second. Yeah, you take half of half.
Okay,
basically,
so
if you're resistant.
5 damage.
Yeah. So and then the two of you, Alhana and Kalkis, you feel yourself get hit with all this kind of goo that's spit out at you, and you feel yourself being pulled, and you start moving. You move 15 feet closer towards this creature. But you do notice that it leaves a residue behind on you. An arrow you can see on the ground in front of you as you've dodged out of the way of this thing. There is a goo left behind. That is probably what he is talking about when he says he wants to collect it. It seems very adhesive. All right. Next up is Val.
So I'm going to go before Arrow. I'm going to stand there and scream 'Cause I'm very confused.
I've been calling everybody by the
Oh, I got
character,
here.
the player's name. Sorry.
Sorry, it was just very jarring to hear my own name. I'm gonna go. Can I try to use my action to like free somebody
Sure.
from their grapple?
Yeah, you can explain to me how you do it and roll and tell me what you want to roll, basically.
These are like slime tentacles.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think it's just gonna like try to, I don't know, stomp on it until it breaks it. Just like jump up on top of it.
Good. It's like a strength check.
Yep. I can't think of any way to make Dex work, so
Fair.
unless I should just punch it.
Do whatever you want.
That'd probably be better. I mean, if it's straight strength, that's not a good for me. So if I could do an attack against it, that would probably
Sure.
be better.
Yeah.
More chance of actually helping somebody.
Mhm.
Okay. You want me to just use my unarmed strike?
Sure. Yeah.
Well, that's bad. That's a 12.
12. This you kind of smack your hand into it, and it goes in a little bit. Do me a favor and make a survival check.
Okay. 21.
21. This thing, you've done a lot of cooking, obviously, in your life. This thing kind of reminds you of like almost like a more malleable snail in its texture. Like you can punch into it, but it does have that sort of left behind feeling.
Okay.
Use that how you will. Yeah. Do you want to do another attack?
Yeah, I guess I'll go ahead and do my second one. I don't really have much I can do alternatively. I forgot about my spice bag. I'll look at that for my next turn. That's an 11. Worse than the first one.
You're just... Which one are you? Are you punching at the one that's holding Alhena?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You're kind of like standing on top of it, punching as the... as it's trying to pulling Alhena in.
Yeah, this stuff is like a lot stronger than you would think it would be as they're trying to punch into it. I'll commit to it. I'll just flurry of blows and do
Sure.
2 more attacks. One of these has to hit.
One of them.
17.
17 does hit.
Okay. 8 damage. Always throws me off when roll. Just like the die just gets stuck in the corner. And then my last one, 18.
18 does hit.
9 damage.
Okay. All right. Next up is your deer, is the boy. Your sweet, sweet boy. Briere is going to sort of yank at this thing, and he is going to attempt to free you guys from it. Which he does. Well, oh, that's a 4. Damn it. Okay. He sort of, you see him sort of like hunkered down in this swamp, muck, marsh, and he is going to like sort of try and like strong, like you see his, well, I was gonna say you can see his abs engaged, but you can't see shit. He kind of like try and like suplex this thing, but it's like too stuck in the ground and he just can't do it. So that's his turn. Golkus, you're up.
All right. Getting dragged closer to it is actually fine because Colchis wanted to get within 10 feet of it anyway, so that he can do his channel divinity.
All right.
Nature's Wrath. So it's gonna make a strength or dex saving throw, its choice. DC 14, but essentially I'm trying to restrain it as I call upon the power of nature.
All right. That's a 12.
So that fails.
Okay.
So, creature must succeed or is restrained. It can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of its turns, freeing itself on a success.
Okay, what does this look like?
So I think Colchis is like as he's getting dragged closer, has like probably, I think he came into this with like, shield in one hand, bucket in the other,
Mhm.
and is like reaching for his holy symbol and is muttering a prayer to Lyra and is a bit like, I don't know if you can hear me, but we could really use some assistance right now. And as he like finishes getting the prayer off, I
Mhm.
think like some of the dead muck in the swamp like starts like knitting itself together and then springs up as like a net of vines over this thing.
All right. So he is restrained.
Yes.
Okay.
And then I think for my bonus action, I will cast Misty Step to
Okay.
get myself back out in a way.
All right. You do that. Okay, I wrote Moxie Arrow and Arrow drink the tea. Didn't Elhina drink the tea as well?
Colchis took a sip.
No, Alhena did not.
Okay, Colchis did.
Yep.
I was like, wait a minute. Okay.
Yeah, I rewatched
Double
it to make
fisting
sure.
the tea.
Talon
Yeah.
and Arrow, yeah, Talon and Elena did not. Everybody else did.
Okay.
Arrow
right.
fully partook. The other two were just polite about it.
All right.
Arrow had like seconds.
Yeah. All right. At the top of the round, are you done, Colchis?
Yep.
Okay. All right. At the top of the round, you guys kind of see Breer is struggling with this, and as he is trying to strike this thing and get it out, you see as his hands sort of start to glow in this thing, and his claws rip into the ooze a little bit better so that he's not sinking into it. He's just holding it, and his eyes glow a little bit, just a little, under his wide brim hat, as he seems to be powering up. All right, Alhena, it is your turn.
Okay. I think we're just gonna have to do some fighting.
Mhm.
It's fine.
Well, it is
Uh,
restrained now, so attacks are at advantage.
It is
Yeah.
actually not restrained. It cannot be
I
restrained.
figured.
Sorry.
Okay, I'm just gonna cast Guiding Bolt at it.
This thing is nasty.
Hope that maybe we can end this quickly.
Mhm.
'Cause I'm very injured. But that's really bad. That's a 13.
13 does not hit, unfortunately.
I think it would. I'm just gonna strafe around to the side.
Okay.
Try
Alright.
to.
And you guys have seen that this thing makes a 30-foot cone. I assume that you guys are trying to stay outside of that.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's all I can do.
All right. Okay. Yep. Next up is Moxie.
So I want to cast Vicious Mockery at
Okay.
the thing. And Moxie just yells, "You're fucking gross!" at the
Okay.
thing. So it has to 16 wisdom saving throw.
Okie dokie. Is this something that I need to understand a language for?
Nope.
Okay. So let me just double check. Freaking
I know I had to look
slimes, you
it.
know? That can hear you. Can it hear? It has blind sight. Doesn't say it can't hear. All right. Cool. Down. All right. So what am I rolling? A wisdom?
Yep.
Okay. It's got a +1. Let's go. I rolled a 6.
Ah.
All right.
So
what
now-
ha-
Let me see. It takes 6 damage and has disadvantage on its next turn.
All right. Do me a favor and roll a d8 as well.
Just a regular
Yes,
with
ma'am.
nothing.
Correct.
I rolled an 8.
All right. So as you feel yourself being imbued with this, well, as you cast this spell, what does it look like when you cast this spell?
I'm just yelling it like
Just using your
I mean,
voice.
yeah.
All right. All right. As your words sort of leave your mouth and the magic leaves your body, you kind of feel the warmth in your stomach as you cast this spell. It seems that your ability has been enhanced a little bit, and you do an extra 8 damage to this duder.
Hell yeah, T. Okay, and then for a bonus action, I would like to give Bardic Inspiration to Breer.
All right. Awesome.
And then Monster has, what is it? Disadvantage on?
Disadvantage.
Oh, okay.
On attacks, right?
Yep. Next attack roll. And
All
that's
right.
all.
Perfect.
And I'm still out of the way, so I'm just going to kind of stay where I'm at.
Cool. All right. Next up is Rachel.
Hello, that's me. This thing, Talon's over the like passive, you know, like we were trying not to kill this thing. Now it's like, all right, this thing is hurting my friends. So I have advantage on my first attack.
Do it to it.
So she's gonna, you know, do what Talon does and grab her longbow and shoot an arrow at the thing. How do I do that with advantage? Is there a way you can do it with advantage? Yeah, you can.
Yes.
Roll. Well, not great, but an 18.
An 18 hits.
Yeah, thank goodness for my plus 10 with my longbow.
Hell yeah.
Woo! So that is the first attack she's going to make, and it's going to take 12 piercing damage.
Nice.
And then she's just going to do the same thing with her second attack.
Perfect.
Which is a 21. I'm assuming that hits because
Sure
18
does.
did, and it's going to take another 11 piercing damage.
All right. He's not
and-
looking super happy.
Okay, well, that's too bad. Too bad for him. I don't care.
All right. Are you all set? Now your turn.
Yes, and positioning bucket still like trying to. She kind of slung it like on her elbow to like pull back, and then now she's like, okay, do I take this out again? I don't know what's happening here.
Yeah.
This is I'm not used to catching goo.
All right. Alhena and Kalkus, did you guys free yourselves last turn?
I misty stepped, so yes.
Okay, that's right.
No.
Okay. So Arrow did their best. And you
I'm
wild
right next
shaped.
to
Yeah.
Alhena, though.
Yeah. I think this creature is gonna try and do another slime breath, but they're gonna do it towards Talon because owie zowie. So why don't you give me a dex save, please?
23.
23 makes it. You take 11 damage, acid damage. As this thing sort of spits out at you, you're able to avoid the grippy parts of it. And Alhena, you are going to move 15 feet closer to it. You're about 10 feet away from it. Arrow, I assume that you are moving as well. You're standing on top.
Yeah, it's on top of us, so it gets yanked along with.
Cool. All right, cool. So again, Talon, you see beneath you there's a lot of like leftover goop on the ground from this attack.
Just gonna
All right.
put her bucket next to it.
Then start scooping it.
No, just like that. I'm gonna pick that up if all else fails and just drop the bucket.
All right.
I don't want the bucket anymore.
All right, Arrow, it's your turn.
Okay. Yeah, I was looking at. I need to use this bag more often, but I don't think any of it really will help.
I will give you a hint. Snails have an adversity to something in your pouch.
Yeah, salt. Okay, maybe. I mean, how? I guess I did do a 21. If I feel like this thing is snail-like enough, then sure. Is that my action, or you just want to? Is it? Yeah, action to expend a charge. And I will pull a pinch of salt out of
Just
the.
you salt bay this.
Yeah, and just drop it on the tentacle that is holding Alhena.
Okay, go ahead and roll me 2d8.
Okay. Like roll 5.
Total?
Yep.
Okay.
Assuming is it still holding on to her with the damage that I've done?
I think that with that, you see as the salt touches this, the ooze doesn't scream because it has no mouth, but it does like immediately retract. You kind of like land back on the ground, and that sort of tentacle recedes, and you see it starting to blacken up the arm, up the tentacle from this movement, from what you've done.
Okay. I'm just gonna interpose myself between it and Alhana, and I'll use my bonus action and a key point to take the dodge action.
Okay.
My patient defense.
All right. And then it's going to be Breer's turn, and he is going to start to pull this boy away from you guys. You see him like grab at like he was on top of it, but he kind of gets like a sumo wrestler kind of gets at the base of this thing, and you see him pull up and rip it up from the ground by the base, and you see him start backing up, and as he does, he like his feet sort of attached to the tree behind him, and he starts pulling it up sort of into the tree a bit away from everybody, so it's not super close. All right. Next up, Colchis.
I think Colchis is just gonna take some time and scoop up some of the gunk into a bucket.
Yes, you absolutely can do that. You could probably get a full bucket of this nasty leftover. It's like slime from Nickelodeon, like that sort of consistency of like, it's not that color, but it is that consistency.
Okay.
All right, Alhana, you are up next.
I guess I'm gonna try to get free.
You are free.
Oh, I'm free now?
Yeah, Arrow freed you with the salt.
Oh, I thought it was only partially done. I misunderstood. I don't want to pull it closer to me. That seems like a bad plan. I'm just gonna cast a moonbeam.
He is grappling with Breer. He is large.
It's only like a 5-foot
Okay.
thing, so I imagine I can probably get him without getting Breer.
Sure.
But that's a Constitution saving throw.
Okay, and what kind of damage is this?
Radiant.
Oh, okay. He rolled a 19 plus 3.
Okay, so he'll take half. And I rolled 12, so he'll take 6.
All right. Actually, that is just about perfect. How do you wanna kill this thing?
Yes, it's the spicy light again.
Yeah.
Which I imagine just like burns through like a big chunk like of his side and takes him out. You're muted.
You're muted, LB.
Still muted.
Sorry. You see this light come down from the sky like a fucking halo beam coming in, an air star, a moon strike, as it hits sort of the side of this thing. It starts reeling, and as it does, it goos out of Breer's arms and sort of becomes a puddle on the ground in front of him. And you can see he's kind of like holding the tree with his back legs as he kind of looks down at it, nods his head. See him get down from the tree, look at the thing, and he touches it again, and you can see his hand kind of glow with this sort of blacky light, and as it does, the creature solidifies slightly and is much smaller than it was before, and you see it sort of scurry away as the ooze has been defeated. Well done, everyone.
Alan's gonna go cure wounds on Alhana.
Moxie's scooping with the bucket.
Get 12 back.
Thank you.
Because ouchie.
Way better than before.
We'll use
Oh, who
some
else is
lay
hurt?
on
I can
hands
cure
on. Yeah, I also took some.
Culcus did. I'll do cure wounds on Culcus.
I have one more second level spell slot and I don't use them very much, so
Mhm.
I can also pick somebody else if anybody needs more.
I'm only like
Culcus, you
5
get 10
down.
back.
Okay. I can also do it at first level to give everybody a little boost if anybody needs it. Talon's okay. She only took a little bit, so we're at 29 to 40. She's fine.
I will
I've
spend
seen worse.
10 from my lay on hands to get me up a little more.
Yeah, I'm at 58 out of 63, so I think I'm okay right now.
All right. Okie dokie. You see Breer sort of clears his hands a little bit, goes and grabs a bucket, and you see him start scooping up some of the goo. Well, that went better than expected. Y'all did well against some mellow.
Are they like always that big?
No, that's just an adult one. Sometimes they're pretty small, sometimes they are much larger. That was more like a... Y'all ever heard of a dragon before?
Yep, definitely
yeah.
heard of those.
Yeah, you know how as they get bigger, I suppose everything does this as it gets, older, it gets bigger. Same thing with these guys.
So that like glowy thing you did with your hands, like what was that about?
Oh, it's just some good old swamp magic. I just bought the poor little critter back from where it was and kind of put him on his way. We got to protect the ecosystem here. Can't go just killing everything.
I've never heard of swamp magic.
Well, you've never been to this swamp before, have you?
That is true.
Yeah. You have water magic where you come from. We got swamp magic here.
Arrow will start trying to fill their bucket with goo now.
You guys are able to gather up as much adhesive as you
Residual goo.
residual goo as you like, and you start making your way back. The sun begins to set, though you don't actually see any sun. It does have there's just a layer of sort of fog up above the tree line, like clouds and such that sit very low. But it does seem to be getting darker as you make your way back to Breer's hut and then towards the ship. As you kind of hit his shack, his hut, he kind of lets you guys take the buckets and, well, I think I'll let y'all go. Got some repairs to do. Probably stay up in the boat at night. That's usually when it's the most dangerous down here.
Okay, and
do
then
you have- Oh, go ahead.
we'll get the lumber tomorrow.
Didn't you guys bring the lumber there? Yes, last time. No. Okay.
No, we didn't. That
Oh,
was
we
gonna
were
be my
gonna do
question
this
because we needed to
first.
fell a tree to
Oh,
repair
right,
the
right.
mast.
Well, I suppose we could do that before the sun gets too low. Shouldn't take too long.
Just point us in the direction of some trees that you don't mind us taking.
All right. Y'all have a way to take down a tree?
I mean, among all of us, I figure we can figure something out. 'Cause, I mean, do have magic weapons, but I don't know what, is a warhammer good for knocking down a tree? Because it doesn't
mean-
have a blade.
Arrow cracks their knuckles.
Minecraft strats.
You know what? I'm sure y'all will figure it out. Is there anything else I can do for you before you take off?
No, but thank you so much. Here, and Arrow actually will give them a small flask of the rice wine that that Arrow makes, and here you go, as a thank you for your hospitality and stuff.
Thank you kindly, Arrow. That was very kind.
Moxie
hope
runs up
you
to
enjoy
Breer
the
and just
tea.
gives him a hug.
Oh, he kind of just does the grandpa like rubbing of the back thing.
Talon gives Chewy a scratch behind the ears, right? That was the dog's name, Chewy?
Yes, and he just drools away. Seems like his
She
tail,
avoids
like,
the drool this time.
his tail just like flaps on the ground. And Talon, as you're petting him, you kind of look up and like past the house, you see sort of like these like a cat, like a very big cat in the distance that the eyes kind of catch in the light. That's sort of like looking at the group of you from like the shadows behind the hut.
She's gonna ask Brer, is that yours?
Kind of turns slowly. Oh, yeah, that's just Grandpa. That's Grandpappy. He's coming out now that it's nighttime.
Should we be worried about Grandpappy?
Oh, no, he'll stay here. He's not going to bother you. Not unless you are caught out in the woods at nighttime. But I'll keep him here while y'all cut down the tree.
Okay. Let's go cut down those trees, guys.
Thanks,
Before
Breer.
we meet something more hostile than Grandpappy.
All right, y'all. Safe travels. If you ever find yourself back here, don't be shy. Look me back up.
Will do.
Gonna go punch down a tree.
That's
Col-
Minecraft now.
Yeah.
Minecraft. We turned this game into Minecraft.
Calcus, he does hand off a bunch of like extra planks to you. Didn't you guys get planks before and it's just the tree that you need the mast? No, okay. So he'll hand off the planks to you that he has already like cut and stuff. Says it's not a problem, no worries. And he's gonna let you guys go off into the forest. You're able to find a tree that's nice and tall and thin that you can use as a replacement mast. And after some time, I think you guys are able to knock down this tree with the brute force.
I was gonna say, I have a crowbar and a sword. Like, I was looking through, I was like, that's literally all I got for.
I'm just
Your
gonna
cloud
say,
of daggers it.
yeah. I'm just gonna say that y'all, it takes a while to do this without the
we
proper tools.
With the Warhammer, or no, with like the swords, you could probably like hack like enough into it that like Arrow could then punch it. That's the strategy. We hack enough into two little edges, and then Arrow punches it to crack it.
Okay.
That's what's happening in my head.
I like
right
it.
now, just so you guys all know. We take swords and hack little pieces out.
You are able to do so. The crew is happy to have you back on board. They'll ask you about your adventures. Is there anything specific you want to narrate to them?
They can probably smell the ooze.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't go down there.
Mm-hmm.
It's gross.
That's fair.
Moxie just gushes about how cute he was and helpful and how nice he was
Oh.
and how she loves the swamp now. But can't wait to leave.
It's nice for like 10 minutes, and then I just don't want to be here anymore. All right, cool. Why don't we take our break now, a little early tonight, and then we'll get into the next part as the crew is going to start putting things back together on the ship. I think that it's going to take a little while for you guys to get out of this position. You can fly forward, but we'll start the repairs as we go on break. So don't go no place. We'll be back in 5 to 10 minutes. Just make sure you take your meds, get some drinks, hydrate, and all that. We'll be right back. Bye. Hello, everybody, and welcome back. We're just having a good old chat about our high school days, or I guess our teenage dirtbag days. But we're back, and we're gonna get back. The crew is fixing up the ship. Night has fallen. Is there anything you guys want to do tonight? I think that where did all of my tabs go away? Ruh-roh.
The DM doesn't have her notes.
Oh, just kidding. I had multiple windows, not the wrong tabs. Yeah, but you guys are able to go to sleep or stay up and help as they begin to repair the ship. Anything you guys specifically want to do this evening?
Do you think Colchis goes to find Sue?
Okay. Yes, you go down into the bottom of the ship. The door is closed, and it says that the doctor is in on the door.
I'll knock on the door.
There is some shuffling, and the door handle turns very slowly. And as the door opens, you see the face of me stand, the decrepit, zombified face, staring at you, letting out a
Oh, hello, me. Is Dr. Sue available?
The door opens a bit wider as he shuffles back, and Sue is sitting on atop a very large stool. There's sort of papers spread out on the operation table. She's got her glasses on, and she kind of looks up at you. Hello. How can I help you?
Well, actually, I kind of meant to ask that of you. I noticed that you were paying rather close attention to me earlier, and I guess I wanted to know, like, are there still more measurements you need or something? I wouldn't want to be a distraction from your other work.
No. I find you very fascinating, and I'm taking my measurements in my own time.
Okay. That's good, I guess. So you don't need me to come in and be measured more, and just you'll be able to do your work as the rest of the crew is doing theirs.
Would you like me to measure you more?
If it would be helpful for your cause, I want to make sure that we are not getting in the way of the rest of the crew here. And it sounds like this could be some important work for you. So I am happy to help.
I have never worked on one of your kind before. I am merely taking notes. It is not distracting me from my other duties.
Okay. That's mostly what I wanted to check, but if if you need me, just let me know. I will say I have a preference to offer my measurements when I am awake and aware that they are being taken.
I will take that into consideration. Thank you for letting me know.
You're
Since you
welcome.
are here, would you like to answer some of my questions?
Sure, yeah, I'd be happy to, like I said.
Please, come in. The door closes behind you as me stands sort of in the doorway and closes it. She motions to a very small stool for you, but it is closer to the ground. And you see her sort of pulling out other notes. You can see that as you look over the table, there are like instructions or details about sort of every race that is on this ship. There are many notes about water genasi, elves, high elves, air genasi, that sort of stuff. But she sort of moves them aside. and places the notes about minotaurs on top. You can see there's a very detailed drawing of you on there, whereas all of the other ones seem to be similar to other people, but probably other, not specifically the people on the ship, but other people she has observed. It's the same hand. You see that it is her notes about these races. So she pulls out her notes and sort of turns to a page that has a list of questions. And she says, "Your hooves are much like the centaurs, yes?"
At least in form. I mean, obviously, I don't know for sure if they're the same material, but they seem fairly similar.
Are you aware of how deep in your quick is? The blood vessel and nerve that lie
Oh
within?
gosh, yeah. And like brings one hoof up and kind of gestures like it's like, okay, so once I got you know stabbed just about here and it seemed fine, but then about here, yeah, that started to bleed a little bit.
She starts taking notes. Are you aware of any limb regeneration that has happened with your people?
I don't think we have that. I mean, the horns do, but not the flesh and bone.
I see. Pity. Do you have a tail?
Yes.
Your tail, is it prehensile?
Uh, somewhat. I mean, I can move it around, but it doesn't have that much grip strength to it. Like I couldn't wrap it would have to be very lightweight and very easy to maneuver in order to do much with it.
Do you know what purpose it serves?
Um I mean there are some people who and I don't care one way or the other, but some say that, we just used to be cows way back when and that it was, the same thing that livestock tails do and it just hasn't gone away.
Interesting. Much like the tail of a centaur.
I suppose, yeah.
Hmm.
So
Do you find
most minotaurs I know wear clothes around there, and it seems like it's even odds if a centaur is going to be covering up their horse half.
I see. Is it in your culture polite to have your lower half covered?
Generally, yes.
Because your genitalia is external?
Typically.
I see.
No, not gonna go there.
Can I just say I hate her.
The eyes of your people, are they generally different in color from person to person?
Yeah, there's some variation. I suppose they tend more towards the browns and the hazels, but there's always going to be variety and mutations.
And is your eyesight as good or better than a human's?
I guess I would say about the same.
Can you see in the dark?
Let me double check. I don't think so. No. No, need a light source.
And at what temperature do you feel most comfortable?
Oh, probably 60 to 70. The fur helps.
Yes. What is your strength output ability?
Oh, that I mean, I know I am stronger than most of my kind. And kind of looks around the room. Maybe finds like a filing cabinet or something and just like fairly easily just and then like holds it on one hand.
I see. She takes down a note. I will continue to observe you as you move about the ship, but I will promise if I do any more physical measurements, I will wait until you are awake.
I think that would be. I certainly appreciate that, and I think it would make uh, certainly my party more comfortable. I don't know if the rest of the crew is more used to how you operate, but we've only been on the ship for what it's been maybe a week or two. We are still adjusting to each other, and our various mannerisms.
Of course. Tell me, do you know, are your organs in the same place as a normal humanoid?
I guess. I mean, I never, we didn't have, that was never anything that I studied growing up, but, I think we've got mostly the same.
Good. If you die, do I have your permission to autopsy your body to do more research? Or would you rather me bring you back?
I would prefer the being brought back, but if it is too late, well, I think if it's possible to send my body back home to my family, that would be the best option. But if we're, way out in another plane or something and there's no hope of getting back home, then I suppose an autopsy is fine.
Wonderful. I promise I will care for you if I do bring you back.
I appreciate it, but I also hope that, we don't have to deal with that eventuality.
Yes. Me did not as well.
Ah,
Thank you.
you're welcome, and I will leave you to it.
She begins taking more detailed notes as you stand. Me opens the door, their jaw sort of hanging at an odd angle as they allow you to leave.
Wow, okay. But yes, would go back and, see if there are any more chores that need attending to before hitting the sack.
Sure. What are the rest of y'all doing?
Trying to help as best we can, I think.
Yeah, that seems about right.
Okay. You guys, Raimi is going to, as the head carpenter, is going to be doing most of the repair work, kind of directing you guys where to go and what to do. And Jenna is going to suggest that they take the night to calm down and maybe drink a little bit, keep the ladder up, not leave the ship. And I think probably put the mast up in the morning.
Moxie, you should tell us some of your jokes. That's a great way to get people to relax.
I really like to tell my jokes to strangers to test them out first. But I'll play some music or sing for you.
Okay. Elena just wants her to tell jokes so bad.
Moxie will do it eventually, but it's going to be a minute.
She's gonna keep bringing it up. Alhena thinks Moxie's like the funniest person she's ever seen in her life.
She's probably like Moxie's really good at entertaining everybody, but her comedy is like very specific and only very certain people like it.
She has a niche audience.
Yes, a very niche.
Of one currently, and it's
of
Alhena.
Alhena. Until then, she plays her violin.
All right. I think, let me just real quick. I think that Wadison is going to join you in playing if you allow them to. Presenting, I believe they were presenting in their autumn form. Am I correct?
That sounds right.
Okay. And they are going to pull out their dulcimer and begin to play along with you.
Moxie's all about it.
And they are fairly good. Not as good as you. They're more of the talky kind of bard, but
Alhena wants to participate so bad, but she's too afraid to ask to participate.
oh.
Like, can Moxie tell it all that Alhena's really wants to?
Oh, I think Alhena's very good at reading other people. I don't think she's good at hiding her own feelings at all when she has them.
Oh, she's not good at hiding them?
But no, I don't think she's good at hiding her feelings when she has strong ones.
Mm-hmm.
If she really wants to, if Moxie notices that, Moxie would give her her drum for Alhena to play.
Oh, actually I have my own.
You
Yeah.
do.
Mint. Alhena also has a dulcimer,
Well, play with us.
which I don't think she's ever told anyone that she has. But yeah, she has an old, very well taken care of, but old, sort of like intricately carved dulcimer that was her grandma's.
So if Alhena pulls it out, Moxie's like, Alhena, this whole time we could have been playing together.
Oh, you're way better than me. I'm out of practice.
No, you get into practice with me. Let's do this.
Okay.
What's better than one dulcimer? Two right now. And then Moxie switches to a drum, so it's more in the background to let them kind of play a little bit more.
Yeah, Quadison will sort of lead you, use like a simple scale to lead you into a simple tune sort of thing so that you guys can kind of keep up together. You don't
I
know the
think
same song.
Alhena's good at picking out harmonies, because I don't think she was ever like. I don't think she ever had enough confidence to be like the lead player, so she learned how to like back people up at home. So I think she's has that like one skill.
I dig it. Talon, Arrow, and Calcus, as you emerge from the bottom of the ship, you kind of come up to this. I would assume you guys are under sort of, we're in the mess hall type area playing, as you're brought some food, and Juru is in the shadows cooking for y'all. Somehow he's gotten some like swamp squirrels and rats and stuff and has made sort of a fresh meat meal.
I imagine no one's
I have a
thought.
world building question.
Yeah.
What makes a swamp squirrel different from like a regular squirrel?
They're about 50% bigger and a lot more feral.
Excellent. Okay.
Also, you have to watch out for the poison sacs.
Yeah. I mean,
Now, did anyone observe Juru leaving the ship to go catch these, or does he just magically have them?
no, you guys aren't sure. Nobody said anything so far.
Who knows? I'm not gonna ask him.
I think Arrow is working on. If there's nothing like anybody immediately needs, Arrow doesn't know anything about ship writing. So is pulled out some.
No, you sail a ship, you don't ride it.
Wow, you super don't know anything about ships, huh?
Never mind. Arrow.
And he's gone.
Arrow throws themselves off the ship, and that's it for Arrow. Goodbye, everyone.
And that was Val, everybody. Thanks for joining us.
But no, Arrow's been like fermenting some rice probably for a while in their bag, and probably is working on straining that and making some new alcohol.
All right. Cooliosis. Is there anything else you guys want to do tonight?
No, Talon's just reading and listening to her friends play music.
Okay.
Just pulls out a book. Gets comfy.
You have mentioned your spicy Minotaur book to Calcus, right?
No.
I think Moxie has
Moxie
alluded
did.
to it.
Moxie alluded to it, but we never were like, hey, we have this book called. That is not the book that she gets out.
Just gonna casually read some smut on deck.
Yeah, right.
In front of everybody.
It's
no,
Like
she,
any
she's
of a freaking sailor crew would,
Yeah.
turn
Yeah.
up their nose at smut.
Plus, this is like in the era. They're not like painted covers of like a minotaur like has this woman like draped. It's not. There's no Fabio on the cover here. It's just a title on these books.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
but
Guys,
that
I
image
have a
was
great
so good.
idea for our next business venture.
Moxie, you can sell them at the circus.
There
Done.
you go.
There's probably a
Painted
bunch
covers.
of folks in the circus that could model for these. I'm just saying. All
Absolutely.
kinds of interesting folks in
Mhm.
there.
She won't openly read smut in front of these people yet.
Yes. All right. If there's nothing else for this evening, I think we'll end it with a Megathwarp. Thank you, Rachel, for redeeming that. As we thwarp our way into the sunrise. I think they're, if I remember, Savannah, they're on your far right side of your desk from when I was there. Are they in that
not
basket
there.
still? Damn it.
Ted's on my lap, so I'm gonna be very gentle with mine.
That's fine. Val, if you have the one I think you have, I love it.
Savannah gave it to me for our very first game, and I haven't gotten to use it. So.
Really?
I know. Yeah.
Wow. Alex, you have yours?
I can't find it. Go on without me.
All
Savannah,
right.
come in here and dual thwarp with me.
Participating in spirit. I'm gonna throw
All
my
right.
arm really far.
In
Yeet 'em.
in 3, 2, 1. Thank you for that redemption, and thank you as we thwarp our way into the sunrise. It is a musky morning in the plain of Ooze as you guys begin to wake up and clean up the ship, raise the sails, all of that fun stuff. It takes you about like half the day, I would say, to do this. And yeah, I think that there's probably going to be a discussion from Jenna about next steps. She'll inform you guys and the whole crew after everything's been fixed. She'll say, the apparatus is not broken. It is pointing us in a direction towards where we presume that Jacob is. I do not think it is safe for us to activate it in its portal form again just yet, because that seems what drew the golden thing towards us. Does that work for everyone else?
Yes, I think we should err on the side of caution for now.
It will
Agreed.
take, yes, it will take us a little longer, but it will not. It will be safer. And I
For
think
those of
that's-
us less practiced in planar travel, what is the difference in travel between those two?
Well, the planes are connected in some way. If you're on the material plane, you can go to different planes through sort of like portals or entrances. We are on the plane of Ooze. If we travel far enough, as in distance, not as in through the planes, as far as like cutting space to travel through a hole, we can make it to the plane of water and then back to the plane of earth, the elemental plane of earth, not the material plane. But if we, depending on where it is
Terrible
taking us,
plane that's only humans.
yes.
So bad.
No, the elemental plane of earth. It's all rocks and creatures of the earth. It's a lot of diglets.
Never go to the human plane.
That one is scary. The magic does not work there. And everything costs way too much. And you don't make enough. Anyways. So that is the difference. We won't be like creating a wormhole to go to the next spot or to go directly there. We are just going to like a cart on the land travel. But we are in a flying ship. All right.
Sounds great.
All right. If we do end up going into the plane of water, the ship does have protections. It will have the bubble, as we did in the plane in the astral sea. So we don't have to worry about breathing unless we are either there for a really long time or if we need to leave the ship. Okay? Are there any other questions moving forward?
Nope, let's rip.
Rock
I
and
do
roll.
have some magic that can help with the water breathing problem
Perfect.
if it comes to that. So.
You have the water breathing spell?
Yes.
Apps. Wonderful. Okay, cool.
I was being kind of vague there. Yes, I know a spell that's called water breathing.
All right, perfect. Yes. No, I think that maybe one of us does, but it's hard to say without looking through all of the character sheets. All right. Let us get on our way. I don't think we'll need to leave the ship again, but probably keep an eye out just in case there are some large creatures. Talon, do you want to take up lookout?
I'll do it.
Okay. I would like someone also on the front of the ship, to make sure, if that works.
I can do it.
Wonderful. All right. Let us go. To Jacob. Turns
So
around.
Jacob.
Turns around and walks back under the ship. Lets Bartholomew know that it's time to go, and the ship kind of lurches forward a little bit as everyone takes their spots. All right. Guys, start making your way through the plane of ooze, the swamp of oblivion, as it's known. You see many creatures moving underneath, especially Talon and Elhina. It's more so of like the mist is sort of shifting and moving. You're able to find your way through these trees. They're large, but they're also a little bit far apart. There are times when you have to like buck up over the trees in certain spots and then kind of go back under, so that you're sort of under the tree line, moving through this forest. Yeah, and about at nightfall, unless anyone would like to do anything during the day or the afternoon. Okay. I'll have...
I have one thing.
Go ahead.
Arrow.
Yeah,
Hello. You made the face again.
I did, didn't I?
Mm-hmm. Are you going to be okay?
Yeah, I'll be good. You know, we talked about it last time. Keep it chill. I mean, there are things I'm looking forward to. It's been a while since I've been back home, and I do kind of miss water in general. It's so dry everywhere. So like that'll be nice for my like complexion. Um but yeah, I'll just play it cool.
Is there anything that we should know about? You know, just in case.
um uh I mean, maybe. I don't know, like I don't want to bother anyone with my hang-ups. So I just like keep it to myself.
You're not going to bother anyone. You're a friend, and we want to make sure that you're okay. And if Talon were here, she would tell you that also we need to know in case someone you know is going to try to murder us for associating with you.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. So my dad and I worked for some pretty important people, kind of like lived with them for a while when I was a kid. And well, like dad left at a certain point, and it kind of peeved some people off. And then I left, which probably made them even more mad.
Okay. So you want to avoid those people?
Yes, if at all possible. Like there are people there that I'd like to see that like I miss, kind of like family, but that would just be a huge thing. And
Can you tell me like who they are or what they look like? Just so we know who we are avoiding, so we can help you.
the ones that we're avoiding, yeah, I mean, they're kind of important. It'd be hard to miss if they were around.
Okay.
Uh,
And that probably means something to you because you grew up there, but we don't know them and we've never been to your plane. We don't want to put you in a bad situation by not knowing things. Does that make sense?
yeah. So, do you know what a have you heard of like Jinn?
Oh, yes, the wish granters.
Yeah. So they're pretty important in the and one of them in the plate of water sort of like is like the ruler of the plane. My dad was like their cook.
And he left.
Yes.
And then you left.
Yes.
Okay, so a Jin is mad at you.
Yes. Maybe. Probably. Yeah.
Most likely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Madrid, I think specifically is like what they're called.
I've
When they're
never met one. I met an Ifriti once.
okay. It's like that, but instead of like the fire, it's like fish and water.
Right. Okay, see, that's a tangible thing that we can deal with or can avoid at all costs.
Mm-hmm. If you know they don't use their like omnipotent powers to like just know I'm there.
Do you think they're that mad at you?
Hard to say. My dad was a really good cook.
We do know how valuable that is. Okay, well, so we will just be very careful and we stay on the ship pretty much unless something really serious happens.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
But okay.
No one knows any warding spells. I think maybe we could hide you. I don't know. Maybe Sue knows something.
On the other hand, I had this I we called him Uncle Reggie. He was like a really good friend, family friend. Not like literally my uncle, but like
Oh, no, I know what you mean.
yeah. Uh if you see him, I would really like to say hi. He doesn't really leave the castle much, but
Does he also work for the Jinn?
yes, sort of like butler.
Okay.
Hard to miss though. Really.
Maybe. Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a kraken.
Oh, sorry. I think I misheard you.
It's a kraken, like big octopus, big squid thing.
Okay, I didn't mishear you. Okay. Maybe we send him a message and he can meet us at the ship.
That'd be sweet. Yeah.
Oh, that I think I might know something that can help. I'll check. He's a kraken,
Mm-hmm.
like a big, like a real kraken.
Are there other kinds?
Sue is going to freak out.
I'm sorry. Is that a big deal?
Yes.
Like I said, he's really nice. Like I said, he's the butler for the castle. So
Okay. Well, I'll let Jenna know.
like head butler, important. Like not just.
You should, if you want him to visit the ship, you should warn everyone. Because outside of the plane of water, krakens are not often seen.
Yeah.
And
I
they
mean,
can be scary because they're so big.
I like I said, I don't have any way of contacting him. I lost my cell phone when I left. I didn't have service, so
Right.
should we tell the others this stuff or like?
Yeah, I think they would like to hear it. I mean that, they're your friends and they want to help.
Like I said, I just didn't want to make a
Also,
big
your
deal
uncle
out of
is a
it.
Kraken.
I didn't think we'd be going this way, but here we are.
Well, we want to make sure you're safe. And I have an idea for contacting Uncle Reggie.
Really?
Yeah. If
That'd
you
be
want.
awesome. Yeah. Like I said, super nice guy, gives great hugs.
I bet. Talon's going to love this. You should tell everyone.
Okay.
They'll be happy for you that you have family that you want to see.
Speaking of, Talon, make me a perception check, please.
$13.
Okay, you see some pulsing lights off in the distance. Sort of ahead of the ship off to the left.
She will. Is that something that she's seen before? And like when she was on watch with Argylls?
Not.
Or is it something new?
It seems to be something new. You were warned about fairy lights. You have seen fairy lights before, if I recall correctly.
Yeah.
This seems a little different.
Okay. She will alert someone. I don't know. She'll probably slide down and let somebody know.
All right. Anyone particular you want to talk to?
If Jenna's about, that's who she would probably go to first, and then
Sure.
Quaddison, and then Argylls,
Okay.
in that order. Whoever
yeah.
she finds first.
Yeah, I think Jenna can be up on the deck. She's going to kind of run to the front of the ship, put her hand over her eyes, and make a perception check to see if she can see what's going on. She kind of looks out and she says, "There looks like blinking lights. There's a strange sound on the air as well. Like a pulsing. I've never seen something like this before, I don't think. Maybe in Ravnica. I'm not certain. I think we can risk getting a little closer to it. But if it does seem dangerous, we should steer clear. Why don't we tell everybody to get on high alert and see if we can tell what this thing is."
She will go back to the crow's nest after rounding up people so that she can keep the high vantage point.
Yeah. The rest of you are told that to keep on high watch. There is a light off in the distance, a pulsing light, and she sort of points it out to you guys. You can see it, and you start to get closer to it. Who has the highest passive perception?
Mine is 20. Nope, that's wisdom. Passive perception. Hello,
That's your perception.
Mine's
okay.
17.
Yeah, 20.
Mine's 18, so probably Talon.
I literally skipped the third word in that thing on there. That's funny. was like, no,
Okay.
that's passive wisdom.
As you continue towards this, you get closer. You can start to sort of hear this pulsing sound in the air. And you see that there is sort of an area that has been lit up with flame, as well as some pulsing lights that are going on in this area. They, at this point, they definitely don't look like fairy lights or, you know, will-o-wisps sort of things. So it seems like a beacon of some kind. Maybe not something that is drawing you in, but definitely something that is like irreverently just doing this, making noise and lights out in the middle of this swamp. So kind of up to you how you want to approach this.
And our little compass thing is not pointing towards this thing, it's pointing past it.
It's pointing past it, yes.
If there's a vote, Talon's gonna say on with the mission.
Mm-hmm.
But
There's
she's in
some-
the crow's nest, so
Mm-hmm.
she doesn't really get one right now.
I mean, is there some kind of roll that we could make to determine what these are?
Sure. Yes. That is a good question. What would you like to roll for this?
I'm looking at what I'm good at. Probably the one that makes the most sense is insight, trying to determine
Sure.
what the purpose is.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, that's gonna be a 15.
A 15? Okay. With your history and your god, it kind of looks like a party. With the pulsing lights and the pumping sound, this wub wub that is coming from here. Kind of seems like a party.
Okay, so this might seem odd, but I think there's like a swamp rager happening over there.
Are we going to a
So
rave?
we're going, right?
Once again, the mud people were so exhausting.
It was awesome. These guys are probably awesome.
I was tired for like 3 days after that.
Have you all been
Talon's
to
gonna
a
yell
swamp
down.
rager before?
No, it was more of just a mud party, but
Super fun though.
I don't know. Do we really have time?
I have no opinion on this. It sounds fun, but if people don't want to go and aren't up to partying right now, like, that's cool too.
I agree with Arrow. I want to go, but if we don't, I won't hold it against anybody.
I'm really just afraid of another diversion that ends up taking a very long time. I don't know. I don't want to step on anyone's fun, but also with the big thing that tried to attack the ship that doesn't want us to go get Jacob, I feel like maybe we should expedite the process.
Yep, that's certainly fair.
We get the next party though.
I think once we find Jacob, we will throw a party.
Or if we come across one. Every other party we can go to. I'm okay with those terms.
What would be the opinion of, because it's not just about us, there are also crew members, and we're not really in charge of where the ship goes. So like, do they want to go to a party? Because if they want to go to a party, we're going to a party, right? Like it's their ship.
Yeah, I think out of the people who are on this ship, probably Promise and Raimi are like, I'd be down. Argyl's is if Jenna goes, I'll go. And Jenna is very conflicted because she does want to go, but also like she's in charge, so she has to kind of like be the professional one. Quadicid is an absolute no. As is Sue. Bartholomew is not going to leave the ship anyways. And Drew is definitely a no as well.
Oh man, I could have sworn he would have wanted to get down on this.
Now, does Quaddison have a different form that would want to go?
Maybe. Maybe. You don't know.
Yeah.
Talon, why don't you give me another perception check now that you guys are closer?
Okay. 17.
Okay. You now that you guys have kind of moved closer, the ship is moving silently through the air, flying. You see the pulsing lights. You hear the sounds. And you see a single figure in the center of this swarm of lights. They have gray skin, white hair, pointed ears, and they are just vibing, just dancing in this. And they kind of look familiar to you.
Do they actually do I know who it is?
You kind of squint, and it's one of those things, you're still pretty far off, and you're like, I'm pretty sure I know who that is. They look very familiar. You have a guess.
What was their name? Hold on. Hold on. I know her. Her name was... She was a vibe.
Starts with an S.
It's been so long, I don't remember her name. But I fucking know
I have it
who-
in my notes.
Stetchy.
Sechi! It's Sechi. Is it
Oh
Sechi?
no.
Talon's gonna holler down to her friends. You guys, this is gonna sound really, really weird, but I think it's Sechi.
Let's go.
Oh no.
Moxie's dancing already and excited.
She's gonna slide down and look at the reluctant members of the crew and be like,
Well-
I'm pretty sure we know this person. I don't know why she's here, but we met her months ago now,
Who is it?
weeks ago. Her name is Sechi. She's a member of it's a religion. They follow a god who
Grumbar?
has, yep. And she's gonna tell them all the things she remembers about them that I can't think of off the top of my head because it's been literal months
Mhm.
since we
So
had
they're-
this vibe party.
They're like hippies.
Yes.
Alright, I mean, it's getting late. I guess we could stop here for the night if you want to go see them. Are you sure that this is safe? Are they, like, actually
It's-
good?
It's her alone, and she was great the last time we saw her. I feel like I just need to know why she's here.
Alright, yes, go for it. You guys are able to park the ship on the outside of this ring of fire. You can see sort of on the... It's a circled grove. On one end is a very large tree trunk. There are many roots that are sort of making this clearing. And on the far side, or sort of towards the edge of this, there is the tree sort of bows up, and it has a large hole in it as these roots are sort of mixed in together. Guys, depart from the ship.
Yep.
All right.
Against better judgment. Hi, Sechi.
Yeah, you guys land outside of this circle of fire, and as soon as you kind of cross the threshold, you see Stetchy turn, and you see her in her lovely glory. I will post a picture of her for the few of you who have not seen her. She is a drow with sort of very light gray skin, white hair. She's got an off-the-shoulder look, lots of like gemmies hanging from her. Her hair is dipped in mud, and she turns to see you guys as you walk up, and she's sort of like still moving, but she's like, I'm sorry, you guys. You can't come in here. I am guarding this entrance.
From what? What are you guarding?
I'm guarding the entrance so that nobody. Moxie?
What's up?
Oh my god! She sort of like runs up and gives you a hug. She's like, "Where are your friends, guys?" You just hear it over this pumping bass that you're not quite sure where it's coming from.
Hi, Sechi.
Hi,
Guys!
Sechi.
Oh my god! And who are these people?
I'm Arrow. Nice to meet you.
Hi.
I'm
Statue.
Colchis.
My god, it's so nice to meet you guys. Are you here to party?
We were just passing by and saw you from the distance, and I couldn't believe that it was you. So we had to come see what you were doing and see how you were.
No, I'm just vibing, you know? Like, I'm just really here to, like, you know, guard and have a good time, you know?
What kind of party is this, your garden?
I mean, the party is me, but like I'm
Well.
I'm guarding the entrance to the root hold, you know. I've got a mission from my god to totally guard this place.
I'm confused, but I don't know if that's just me. Are the rest of you confused too?
Oh my god, you're such a cutie. Do you want to dance with me?
Is that what we're doing here? Cause sure, but I don't. What?
Sechi, what's the root hold?
Oh, that's where my god lives. It's like a plane of elemental chaos, you know?
Oh, sounds like you were given a very important job.
It has like the Dismal Caverns and the Dwarf's Home in there too. It kind of leads like back into the Astral Sea and stuff, but like I'm not supposed to let anybody in.
We have no need to go in, right?
Arrow will start dancing. It feels rude not to.
Yeah, I think Colchis has been like tapping his hoof in time, but it's not fully letting his guard down yet.
She is a handsy person. She's like sort of like rubbing her hands over herself and like not touching you, but like that's how she dances. She was like feeling your vibe. It's the only way I can describe it.
Maybe cleansing your aura a little bit.
A little bit.
Well, okay, so our current path is going through the plane of ooze to get to the plane of water to get to the plane of earth. Are we trying to get back to the astral sea? In which case, this could be a shortcut.
That's up to you guys, but you know that you'll have to portal out of the Astral Sea to get anywhere else. So you could use this entrance as like a shortcut, but then you'd have to do another jump to get closer to where you're going, or you could just continue along the path.
I just don't really see why we have to go this way.
Yeah, I don't think we really need to. It looks
Talon
fun.
wants to avoid at all costs attracting the attention of that gargantuan gold evil being ever again. The javelins looking like toothpicks was a little alarming for her.
Do you want a drink?
Oh my god, do you have alcohol? I ran out like a month ago.
Well, I've got plenty here.
Thank you. I've been trying to like ferment some fruits underground, but I get too impatient and they're just like bad.
Yeah, it is hard to do. Took me a long time to learn.
You see her like shoot it back. That's really good. Did you make that?
I did.
My god. You're
Thank
like
you.
awesome.
Thank you. You're awesome too.
Thank you. Do you want to go
Guys, I
roll in
like
the mud?
it here. Say what?
Do you want to go roll in the mud?
I think if we're gonna leave, I don't really want to get muddy.
Okay.
Well, I do think
Guys,
we
are we
are.
staying or are we leaving? I don't know what the plan is.
I think we're parking here overnight at least. So, we're staying for a night.
but we're not going in. We're just gonna dance out here until we go to sleep.
Yeah, totally. You guys can't go in. It's like really exclusive.
Oh, so we couldn't go in if we wanted to. Damn.
Duh, that's why I'm guarding the entrance. Oh my god,
Cool, well-
Moxie, your horns look so cute tonight.
Oh my god, thank you. I've been cleaning them, shining them up because you never know when business will happen.
Right? Right? Oh my god.
So you're just dancing here all night?
All the time. I don't need
That's
to sleep.
true. Well, we're gonna have to sleep at some point.
Okay.
So if you're awake, you can help watch for anything weird coming our way.
Duh. That's my
Awesome.
job.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. There was like a really big leech that came by earlier, and I had to tell him to go away because it was like not a vibe, you know?
And he listened to you?
Well, duh. Look at me.
Awesome. That's true. That's true.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, guys, don't just stand there. You look silly. Dance.
Moxie keeps dancing.
Colchis will dance as well.
Talon has given up. She'll also dance. She has no idea what's going on anymore.
Hannah feels like something weird is going on here and is like really sort of uncomfortable.
Yes. Talon is also uncomfortable, but she is dancing.
So what's this mud? Is it like a mud bath? Like what's the
Yeah, it does have healing properties, you know?
That sounds sweet.
Mm-hmm. It's like really good for your pores too. That's why I look so young. Grumbar's kind of amazing like that, you know? Do you have a god?
No, but I have an aunt.
That's awesome. Do you want one?
No, I think I'm good.
Aw. I'm kind of like an earth walker, you know? Like, I'm like one of his like main disciples, so it's kind of cool.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't understand any of that.
It's fine. She is feeling herself. She's feeling the vibe. She's glad you guys are here. She comes up to each one of you and like grabs your hand and like does a little dance. Alhena, if you're not into it, she's not gonna do it. But there is a point where she will also drink as much alcohol as you're willing to give her, Arrow.
Go off.
Yeah, there is a point where she just like is like, all right, I'm gonna go play in the mud now. Bye, guys. Like, you can totally come with me if you want. I'll just be over there. She just goes, and you see her go in the mud and start just rolling around, like somebody playing in leaves.
Do I know enough about this god to know that this is typical behavior of their disciples?
Boy, you know enough about this god to know that he doesn't really like his followers don't really like have a structure to their religion. Like, it's not like there is the Church of Grumbar and you go every week or something like that. But it seems very earth centric. This doesn't seem weird. I guess especially your friends are not taking this as like a weird behavior, and they kind of told you about the other event, which was a party, and then you go and you roll around in mud, and then you lay out on a rock, and as the sun rises, it cracks, and you kind of like are reborn, sort of thing. It's like a festival sort of situation.
Okay.
Yep.
Arrow, go check out the mud at some point. I mean, just why not?
Mm-hmm. It feels very smooth. It's like almost a clay. Feels like it might have like healing factors as like,
Nice.
that sort of stuff.
Just go sit in the mud and light up.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if Arrow goes, Moxie's like, you know what? Screw it. And she goes.
Talon didn't really do the mud thing last time. She just like puts them on her arms. So this time she just shrugs at Alhena, and she's just like, I don't even know what's going on anymore. It just goes and rolls in the mud.
The mud's actually really
Guys,
nice.
that's what makes me nervous.
It's so nice.
I'll just stay up here and keep watch.
Yeah, Kolkus is not gonna do the mud stuff, and I think once the rest go off, Alhena's like, okay, so how did you meet her before? Like, it was back on the material plane, right?
Yes, it was back on the material plane. We kind of stumbled across a bunch of people in the mud. And our journey was a little less time sensitive at the time, so we hung out with them and Sechi was there, and there were some other very nice people there, and we had a good time. I don't want to make it out like that, but it's sort of strange to see her here and also to see her by herself. And I mean, we don't know which of the gods that aren't ours we can trust. So
Yeah, that is. It's certainly an odd set of circumstances.
I don't want to tell anyone they can't have fun.
Right, I'm pretty sure I would get smited if I tried to do that. But, you know, as long as the fun is not hurting anyone. Um, but yeah, I do think this is too much of a coincidence. I think something is happening here.
I'm glad I'm not the only one who thinks so. I guess we just keep an eye.
Yep.
And we can have fun not in the mud.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean,
It's a long time to get out of my fur. It was a nightmare last time.
yeah, especially, I mean, does anyone on the ship even know prestidigitation?
I doubt it. Sue might.
Oh, yeah.
She seems to know a lot of things.
Yeah, I suppose she would. Though might be more trouble than it's worth asking her for that help. But yeah, I mean, like you said, we can have fun out of the mud, and like Focus will get back to kind of just like doing the kind of thing where like you're at a party and you're talking to someone, but you're kind of moving to the beat.
Okay.
Talon is
Sure.
done in the mud.
Sechi comes up and they're just like, there's just a layer caked on them. Their hair is completely like this gray coloring. And like you hear the music kind of fade down somehow. This random music that's just playing. And the lights kind of go down a little bit, and she's like, I mean, it's I don't have to sleep, but I know you guys like to sleep. Did you want to like stay up, or are you gonna go to bed?
I'm gonna have to go to bed at some point, as much as I don't want to, but gotta do it.
I guess.
Yeah, most of us do need to sleep, but we'll just be over in that ship.
Okay. Are you guys gonna come back down for breakfast?
Sure, why not?
Awesome. I will make something really yummy.
That's so nice of you. Thank you.
Yes, of course. Okay. Well, have fun on your ship.
I guess we'll make our way back towards the ship.
Thanks. Bye, Sechi.
We'll see you in the morning.
You see her like turn around and the music kind of goes up a little bit more and she's just continuing to vibe.
I assume. Oh, I try to find a way to clean myself on the ship. Is there a shower, or do we just need a wizard?
Boy, I'm sure someone has prestidigitation and I'm sure it's Quadison. if you ask them, they will very sassily clean you guys of your dirt and your clay. Although you do feel like a little bit softer, all of you. It definitely had some hydrating qualities, especially for you, Arrow, since you've been so dry recently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is just a character choice that I've now made.
Mm-hmm.
Dry skin, huge problem for water genasi.
For sure. All right. Guys, go to bed.
Talon will stay up for a while because she only needs like the 4 hours
Okay.
before she trances.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
she'll trance closer to like early in the morning, like before everybody's up.
Yeah. You do notice that Stetchy is just like relentless in her vibe. Like there's no breaking it. She like whether you were there and like she was excited that you guys were there, but it's just a party 100% of the time.
What is she on and where can we get some?
Exhausting. I can't even imagine.
Yeah. All right. You guys are able to sleep. You trance on the deck of the ship. When you wake up, the sun again is muggy. The sun comes up, and you are able to get up, have a little breakfast. Well, you'll go down and get breakfast with Stetchy. She again does not stop moving. But she gives you a sort of a soup is a good way to maybe like more of a stew. It's like an autumn sort of like squash situation. It's good. It's fine. It's a little earthy. No qualms there. It's probably exactly what you were expecting. But yeah, as you guys are making conversation for breakfast, she'll just say, I feel like maybe I was supposed to see you guys. Like, it seems weird that, like, we ran into each other, right?
It's kind of a huge coincidence.
It's like
kind of
a big one, right?
Like an entire we've been past, this is the second plane we've been on since the one we saw you on.
Yeah.
Seems a little wild to me.
Well, I mean, this is where I live, so like I guess I was sent here, but like I was sent here like 4 years ago to like guard this place. So I mean, it's not like I was put here to be in your path, but maybe you were meant to come upon my path or something like that. Does that sound like weird?
Has your God talked to you recently about like anything in particular?
No, Grumbar doesn't talk to us. Like, not like that. We just like get like feelings, you know?
Did you feel like we would be here today?
No. I mean, I felt like I needed to be here, you know? I don't really like feel for other people. That seems like a little bit out of my lane, you know?
No empathy.
That's not what she meant.
Are you kidding? Sechi barely knows other people exist.
Yes.
She is relentlessly herself and unapologetically, and we love her for that.
But like, I was thinking that since you guys are here, I could like give you something and maybe that'll like help you.
That sounds amazing.
I don't really have a ton of stuff, but I do have these rocks that I can give you. She like kind of pulls out two pretty solid, they're covered in dirt, but there's, as it flakes a little bit, they almost look obsidian. As she hands them over to you guys.
Moxie grabs one. It's like, wow, this is awesome. What is it? Does it do anything?
Yeah, it totally summons a party.
Summons a party?
Yeah.
Yes. What kind of party?
Like my kind of party? I don't know. What other kind of parties are there?
Your kind of parties are the best kind of parties.
Thanks.
I just didn't think it could possibly be something as good as one of your parties. This is amazing.
Well, it doesn't like last forever, but it is pretty good for what it is, you know?
I'll take it. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm so
It's a
glad
poor
you guys
substitute
came
for the
by.
real thing.
Aw, well, I
It
hope I
is.
see you guys again.
I think
I mean,
you
our
will.
paths have crossed twice now. I can assume that it'll probably happen again.
Totes. And maybe if you guys like decide to join the church, we can invite you to the next gathering in like 10 years.
Sounds good.
Absolutely.
Well, I think we have to get going, but thank you. You're amazing as usual.
Stop. You are. You're so pretty.
Stop.
It's always a joy, Sechi, and Talon will wave as she
Bye,
heads back to the
babes.
ship. She's just done.
Bye.
She let loose a little bit and rolled in the mud. That's enough. That's all she get. That's all you get.
Thanks, guys. Bye. You guys get back in the ship, and she has given you 2 stones of controlling earth elementals. So whoever wants to add those to your character sheet.
I can do that.
We will flavor them differently when the earth elemental is summoned. It does also summon the lights, show, and the sounds of a rave.
I love that. This thing's gonna hurt you, but it's gonna be a party.
It's gonna be fun though. All right. Unless there's anything else, I think that's a good place for us to end it for the evening. Thank you guys so much for putting up with all my bullshit and all my callbacks for the last season. Let's go around and have everybody say where people can find you and what you do, starting with Savannah.
That's me. Hello, I'm Savvy. You can find me at Savvy Seaworth on the internets. I'm mostly on Twitter. That is where my streaming schedule is pinned. I'm here every Sunday night for as long as we're doing this, and Thursdays through Mondays for the most part on twitch.tv/game nights.
Hi, I'm Val. Once again, you find me at the Crayon's Crown on Twitter and Twitch. I'm also on GGK. I run 2 games on that channel on Friday nights. We're going to be starting this week the Dragon Age RPG, and that's going to be a ton of fun. Got a lot of Dragon Age nerds over there, so it's going to be a blast. And then and then I run a game on Saturdays called Ward 47. I also have commissions open right now for art, so you can check out my Twitter, see what I do, and if you want any art done, just let me know.
And I'm Tanya at Tanya Rowland. If you're in Michigan, I think November 12th, I'm part of a duo called Oh Hey Improv, and we are creating improv bingo at Crawl Space in Kalamazoo on the 12th. And then I'll be in Grand Rapids on the 28th with my other group, Pants. I'll also have a bunch more episodes of Spider Facts with Billy. We're getting extra weird with it. And I'm not going to give anything else of that away. And that's all I got. Good night.
Hi, I'm Rachel Elizabeth. You can find me here on Twitch at Rachel Elizabeth, where I haven't been streaming recently because I'm here on Sundays. I'm on GGK on Mondays, and I'm on Nerd Immersion's YouTube on Thursdays with lots of familiar faces that you see on your screen right here on any of those days. And you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter, where I'm bad at those things, but I dip post every now and then. Recently about wanting to start a cult.
Sometimes you're lucky enough that you'll tweet at Rachel and she'll answer you the next day.
It does, yeah. I'm not good at it, but I'm trying. Which is all I can do. And yeah, that's at Rachel is Mess with a Z in the middle instead of an S. Okay, bye.
And hello, I'm Alex OMG. It's some guy on the internet. If I'm not here on Sunday nights, I'm usually over on GGK, mostly Tuesdays and Thursdays, either playing in games or running stuff. Yeah, that's me.
And I'm LB Hackemup. This is the LB Hackemup channel, aka Hacking Recklessly. The next time this channel is going to be live is going to be on Tuesday afternoon, probably around 4 o'clock. We're going to be streaming some. I think I'm going to be doing. I keep saying I'm going to do Devil May Cry, but I might play Dead by Daylight. I don't know. I haven't.
Whatever
decided.
happened to doing Hooked on You, the Dead by Daylight dating sim?
I haven't. I need to. I'm not there yet. My brain won't let me do that yet. But then I'll be and this channel will be live on next week Sunday doing this, We will have the week after that off, but just check the Twitter for when we're live. But that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks to all my players for putting up with my nonsense. And until next time, I'm LB Hackabup. Hack recklessly. Bye!